Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Hello, people. I am here with a part two of this nomadic therapy and it's Justine's world situation. I want to get right into the video. I caught the live, not all of it. It was just really bits and pieces of the replay. And I was just really still outdone by the zero accountability. It's so important. It is so important to see in any situation, how you could have done better, not to throw shots. Okay. And the good thing is that this is on a public platform. So it's not just Nomadic Therapy's opinion of Justine. Everybody has seen the collaboration videos. Everybody, not everybody, but I'm talking about the following. They have watched the lives from Nomadic Therapy and Justine's world, and everything seemed to be great. And then the lives started with Nomadic Therapy. Her videos that seemed to offend her so-called friend. And I was just outdone that in this live, she basically, or Nomadic Therapy was just basically addressing how you nip things in the bud. Like you just kind of cut them off at the knees. You kind of just get rid of the problem, right? And that basically was what she sort of did to Justine. Justine was an issue and she just basically cut her off. Somehow Justine is not worthy of communicating with her, worthy of being in her presence or anything like that. Perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Whatever she decides for her life, perfectly okay. But it's the way in which she did it. The way in which she did it. The way in which she just basically ended their friendship publicly without even letting Justine know that this was it. So two things I wanted to touch on. First thing is, when she did a live, she woke up. I don't know what she honestly did, but I'm saying from her live, it seemed like her first video of the day. And she basically made a comment or saying this is why she doesn't have any friends. And then there was another live, and keep me honest here. There was a live when Justine called her. In that live, she could have called Justine. She decided not to call Justine, but she decided to basically embarrass Justine, or she tried to, by spilling all of the tea of what she felt Justine did wrong to her. So even if you felt Justine didn't stick up for you when, her subscribers were making hate comments towards you or something like that, that doesn't change who you are. You still could have called her and said, hey, I'm upset about this. I typically end friendships because of this. That, to me, that's being honest and genuine. But instead, she told everyone else and not Justine. Justine somehow gets wind of it. She calls her and she's like, hey, what's going on? So while she is basically critiquing Justine to make sure she checks every checkbox on this friendship list, she has to make sure she's checking it too. Second thing I wanted to bring up in this video is that, do you all remember when this so-called live that Justine had when there were some hate comments about Nomadic Therapy, right? That's what she's upset about, supposedly. I do believe there's more to it, but I can't prove that. I'm just going off of what she said. I do believe, like I said, she didn't want to be bothered. And I also feel as though somehow she does not agree with Justine's lifestyle, which is Justine's prerogative. But I also feel as though she was in her live that day. Do you all recall? Nomadic Therapy said, I was in the bushes. She saw the comments. This was not, I don't recall, and please keep me honest, but I don't recall Nomadic Therapy saying, subscribers told me about these comments. Because guess what, guys? If subscribers had told her that Justine was not taken up for her when bad comments were made, why wouldn't she just come to Justine? The same expectation that she has of Justine. Why wouldn't she come to Justine and say, hey, some subscribers told me that there were some hate comments in, your live today about me and you didn't take up for me. She would have had to do the same in return that she's expecting of Justine, right? But she didn't. You know why? Because I remember her saying she was in the bushes that day. She personally saw these comments that not everybody caught. I wasn't part of that live that day, and I do not recall seeing like all these hate comments towards Nomadic Therapy. But doesn't mean that it didn't happen because I didn't catch the full live. But what I will say is that if Nomadic Therapy was in the bushes, why? Why were you in the bushes? That's not being genuine. Why didn't you join the live? Because at this point, remember, they're still friends. Because remember, this is the reason that she's upset, supposedly. If you're still friends, why were you in the bushes? Why didn't you just say, hey, it's me? And then if you saw hate comments, why wouldn't you at that point defend yourself? This is your friend. You've just lived in her home. She just opened up her home to you. You just did collaboration videos. She actually, introduced you to her kids. You guys broke bread together. Why wouldn't you feel comfortable enough to defend yourself in her live, your friend's live, right? But the reason that you did not defend yourself is because you were in the bushes, Nomadic Therapy, and you were monitoring your friend's actions because you had already decided that you didn't want that friendship, which is the reason why those subliminal videos were made. Those lives were about Justine, in my opinion, and she was waiting to strike. Now, I'm not here to bash anyone, but I am telling you how I see it. Now, if I am wrong about if Nomadic Therapy was actually in the comments during Justine's live and everyone knew she was present, I will make another video tomorrow and basically let you all know, hey, I made a mistake with that. But that is how I remember it. That's what I saw. Okay? So you really can't have your cake and eat it too. You just can't. You can't say Justine's a bad friend, but yet you were in the bushes waiting for her to make a mistake. What type of friendship is that? No one is perfect. I think that is all that I wanted to touch on today. I will be back if there is something worth mentioning again. And possibly I will look through old videos and things like that to just dissect this a little more, to maybe get a better feel of this feeling that Nomadic Therapy, when it actually took place. Check the comments too. Somebody made a really good comment of their theory as to why Nomadic Therapy ended the friendship. But thank you and have a good night.